just reading yesterday a piece of content by Sam Altman from OpenAI, right? And it's a really great, it will be in the B2B Vault next week. It's a really great piece. And in that article, Sam basically talked about the future of AI in the next 5-10 years, and how AI will be, connected with the way how we work, live, etc. So tell me, what does your marketing brain think about where will we be? Because like the changes are super fast, right? The changes are super fast. Like what used to work 1 year ago, it doesn't make sense to do it anymore, right? Where do you see marketing by 2030, B2B marketing?
Yeah, I have a few different thoughts of like what marketing will be in 2030. I have one idea where the main thing is like I wonder if there's really going to be like UI for softwares anymore. Like so much of marketing is design and creating that cohesive image. But I do wonder if eventually everything's just going to be obviously like prompt based. And in that case, I wonder if it's going to be much more just like almost entirely actually true PLG, where so much more of it is just about like, okay, I heard this other customer's using it. Maybe even I've heard ideas of like maybe your customers are actually your salespeople. Maybe they're the ones constantly selling for you, like sort of in a more true B2C fashion where like the influencers are the ones actually maybe like selling for you as well. And that it's much less that maybe like or the sales team from the company's actually involved or the marketing's involved. And it's really, you're working directly with your customers and they're almost the end sellers or the end people going after, because at the end of the day, if we have such a very like product led motion, you probably just want to see, okay, how did someone else use it? What's their use case? Talk to me about it directly versus going through a traditional B2B sales cycle. So this is like 5 to 10 years. I don't know if it's happening now, but almost like cutting out the middleman of current marketers and salespeople.
It's interesting, like Melissa Rosenhau from Outlier. She also on the pod. We were talking a lot. She said that, if I remember correctly, she believes that in a few years we won't even have websites. You basically do everything through a chat, right? ChatGPT, Claude, whatever it is, you can get all the information you need, and that there will be no need, to visit other companies' website. So because of that, and for example, let's say that we don't even have like the product UIs anymore, as you said, right? How will that impact, the size of the market in every like category? If you get what I'm trying to say, size of the markets in terms of the vendors, not in terms of demand, but in terms of the vendors software. How do you think that will impact that, and how if you don't have access to, if you don't have visitors visiting your website, if you don't have visitors using your product in a way that they're using right now, then how do we get data? How do we market ourselves? How do we stand out, basically? What do you think about that?
I do wonder if there will be like some sort of marketplace for all the different apps if we're not. And I've already kind of seen this rising with the idea of something like Demo. Like if they were not going to have individual websites, will there still be some sort of listing that's like, hey, if you're looking for this solution, here are all the tools that do it, and you just optimize more for those marketplaces. As far as like the number of vendors, I've heard two different opinions, and honestly, I'm not sure which one I am going down with yet. But one is the consolidation play. Like if so much of AI, the value of it is the data that you have. Like so much of it is being able to say, okay, from one source of truth, like you hear all the time with ChatGPT gets so much better the longer you've been using it because it knows more value, it has more of that data. There is a value of consolidation, right? If all my tools live in HubSpot and HubSpot just has access to all my data, I don't have to worry about any integrations, then anything I'm prompting off of, I know it has the full picture. So I've heard one argument of like, we're just going to see a bunch of consolidation, number of vendors will go down. I've also heard the argument that because everyone can build something now, it's much easier. We're going to get hyper niche because you can have something built that's like the perfect version of that software for you or your use case. And that you'll be able to just like cherry pick, okay, I'm B2B SaaS and I need something that's really good at repurposing blog posts into LinkedIn posts or something like that. And it's just going to specialize in one task, but do it really well, which I think we're seeing with a lot of these GPTs. So I haven't made my decision yet if it's going to be consolidation or going hyper niche, but I really feel like it could go either way.